Taylor was an audio developer at Jagex and was one of their earliest employees, joining the company in 1999 to fill a customer support role. In 2003, he transitioned into the job of audio developer, where he composed over 600 tracks for the game, including player favorites such as Flute Salad and Sea Shanty 2. Up until March of 2021, Ian Taylor was well liked in the RuneScape community and had been at the company for 22 years roughly. He is said to have been the longest employee working at Jagex, being the first employee to begin work on RuneScape after the three Gower brothers. However, on March of 2021, allegations came to light regarding events that transpired on December 21st of 2020. These events involved Ian sexually touching a girl under the age of 13. As a result, the girl confided in a family member about the horrific event that had taken place, and the police were called as a result. Upon being interviewed by police, Ian Taylor confirmed that these allegations were in fact true and admitted the offense, stating he was drunk and depressed at the time. As a result of this confession, then 53-year-old Ian Taylor was served with a postal requisition charging him with the assault of a girl under age 13. He would be sentenced on August 18th of 2021 to 1 year and 10 months in prison. This means he should be getting out in around 5 to 6 months. Zazef, also known as Aleksandr Rudenko, is a YouTuber who rose to fame after his viral video over a decade ago, "I Got Hugged by a Girl." In this video, Zazef awkwardly states that he has been hugged by a girl while barely able to contain his excitement. He then reveals that this girl is his cousin.
I'm about to go to the shower right now, but before I do, I want to tell you something that happened to me today. I got hugged by a girl. I cannot believe what happened to me today. I got hugged by a girl, and she is pretty hot, might I add, and she hugged me for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, she hugged me. And, this is one of the happiest days of my life. I got hugged. I got hugged by a girl. And she was my cousin.
All of Zazef's early videos are regarding RuneScape, and he has been regularly playing RuneScape for over a decade at this point, even reaching 200 million mining XP in 2017. Zazef's videos shifted away from RuneScape as he grew older, although he would still mention the game frequently. The large majority of these new videos and eventually live streams had a focus on Zazef pursuing women, with commenters challenging him to use various pickup lines in public. The entertainment value of these new videos and live streams seemed to be related to watching Zazef make a fool out of himself in public settings. In these videos, the discomfort of passerbys and the people being approached by Zazef is clear as they try to get away or just avoid him entirely. Now, whether or not Zazef took notice of how uncomfortable they were is unknown due to Zazef's autism. While I'm not an expert in the field and don't plan on giving a lecture to y'all on the ins and outs of autism, as I know I'm not knowledgeable enough, some individuals on the autism spectrum are said to have difficulty understanding nonverbal social cues.
She wants me to make a poem and read it out loud to the girls.
What's these things? I just want to write a poem for you, if you don't mind. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm bad at poems, but I gave you a whole bunch of numbers. Can I have yours?
I'm a lesbian. I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, man. What's these things though? I just have one question. Can I squirtle on them Jigglypuffs?
What?
Can I squirtle on them Jigglypuffs?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Like, do you have Jigglypuffs I can squirtle on?
On April 17th, 2018, a new video would surface on his channel with Zazef describing a scenario where the cops showed up as a result of his live streams. There's no evidence to confirm if the cops actually showed up on this date and did what Zazef claimed they did, so this should be taken with a grain of salt.
Hi, I'm pretty sure you already know this. But, yesterday I got swatted by the cops because of my live streams. They knocked on my door and they pretty much asked me what am I doing with my live streams, and they told me I can't be sexually harassing girls and stuff, and they said that I can get arrested for what I'm doing. And I told them I'm not sexually harassing any girls, because I really am not sexually harassing any girls. I never sexually harassed anyone. And then they said I can get arrested and stuff, but so they looked through my computer, they looked through my phone, and they looked through my iPod Touch, and they were asking me what kind of porn do I watch. Alright, and they went on my Google Chrome and they went on my porn websites, and then so I was like, yeah, I like when girls get spanked and stuff. And then they were like, do you have any rape fantasies and stuff? So they were trying to like make me go to jail for like having rape fantasies. I don't even have rape fantasies, okay? I respect women. Just because I watched a video on Pornhub where a girl got forced by a bunch of guys does not mean I have rape fantasies. So yeah, they were just looking through my browsing history. They were looking through all my phone, all my videos and stuff, trying to find anything that's like, I guess, illegal. And yeah, and then after a while they left, and they told me I'm banned from the yogurt shop.
However, what is proven is that in that same year, Zazef, who was 22 at the time, would try to meet up with a 13-year-old girl for sex after speaking with her online. What he didn't know was that the person he was talking to was actually an undercover detective. Upon trying to meet her in person, Zazef was apprehended and eventually charged with a felony sex offense of meeting with a minor to commit lewd and lascivious acts. The trouble doesn't end here though, as just 4 years later, in late August of 2022, Zazef was arrested yet again following sexual assault allegations from a 17 and 14-year-old.
But now to this, a registered sex offender arrested, accused of sexually assaulting 2 minors. And tonight, the suspect's mom says the victims should have known better.
He was arrested on 5 suspected sexual abuse-related charges, including lewd acts with a child under 14, sodomy, and oral copulation. I'm sorry, that's actually pronounced copulation. As it turns out, Zazef had been meeting with minors online through various social medias under fake identities to avoid detection. He was booked into a Sacramento County jail but was released only a day later on a $135,000 bail. As this is a fairly new investigation, there have been no new details that have emerged. This next case involves Barbara Case, a 36-year-old grocery store worker from Virginia who was playing RuneScape at the time of the incident. This story is extremely interesting as I actually had a viewer who I'll just call Emu contact me. They claim to have been the reason for Barbara getting caught when she did. They provided me with some additional information as they claim they were friends with the victim at the time. In 2007, while playing RuneScape, Barbara befriended a 15-year-old boy from Australia. Soon after, their conversations became more intimate in nature over the game and they agreed to meet in person. Just 5 months later, Barbara would then depart from her home in Lyndhurst, Virginia, and fly all the way out to Australia, leaving her husband and 3 children behind under the guise that she was just taking a vacation. It's here in the story that the additional information from the victim's friend comes into play. Keep in mind that the following is not fully verified, but I'm putting it in as it adds adds interesting context and seems to line up correctly within the story. Just to clarify, context is all this information will add, as the crimes committed here are still very much real and proven. While Barbara was communicating with the victim, we'll just call him Dave from here on out, for the 5 months before her departure, Dave's friend group took notice of odd behavior. Dave would often duck away from whatever activity they were doing suddenly in order to go talk with his new girlfriend from the United States. One day, unprompted, Dave came up to Emu and said, "If anyone asks if I'm missing, tell them you don't know anything," which surprised Emu as at the time he really didn't know anything. He would later find out that this new girlfriend of Dave's was coming to Australia. Upon her arrival, Dave and Barbara would go out for one weekend, but after an argument broke out at Dave's house between him and his parents, he would call Barbara, and as she was still in Australia, she would come and pick him up. Dave left with Barbara with no word to his parents, so it appeared to them that he went missing. The following weekend, Emu was getting a haircut when his mother received a call from his father telling her that one of Emu's friends had gone missing. Emu's mother then relayed this to Emu, who told her his suspicions and the weird behavior Dave had been displaying. His mother would then take him over to Dave's house to speak with his parents. The conversation eventually turned to Dave's parents telling Emu that they couldn't get into his computer in order to try and find more information about where he may have went. They claimed the computer just wouldn't turn on. Emu went to Dave's room and started inspecting the PC and found that the red power supply switch on the back was clicked to the opposite side. When this happens, the PC can't engage the power supply to turn it on once the button's pressed. Upon correcting this, the PC booted right up. Luckily, Dave didn't have a password set on his computer to get into his profile, and MSN Messenger loaded on startup, which was already logged in, which gave access to his emails. In one email sent to Dave, Barbara's personal email as well as her flight number and other information was right there. Police were then notified of these new events and would soon after locate the pair in a caravan park where they had been for around 10 days at this point and had sexual intercourse multiple times. When police arrived, Barbara opened the door and was taken in by police, and Dave was returned to his family. Barbara was held in jail for 112 days in Australia, then appeared before the Bendigo County Court in September of 2008, where she was convicted of 2 counts of sexual penetration of a child under 16. She was sentenced to 16 months jail time, suspended for 2 years. Following the sentencing, Case was ordered to go home. Soon after arriving, she was confronted by federal investigators who eventually charged her with 1 count of traveling to a foreign country to engage in illicit sexual conduct with a minor. During the federal hearings, it was also uncovered that Case originally portrayed herself as a 21-year-old female. She was required to register as a sex offender and was ordered to provide a DNA sample for the criminal database. That's about all I have for you guys today. I have a new crime video out this week on my second channel, Crime Historian, link will be in the description and pinned comment. The video is about a disturbing serial killer who decorated his home with mannequins. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Peace guys, take care.